We're just hopping straight into the commentary today. Now, on this channel, as we all know, I go ahead and give you guys my first initial impressions of every brand new game that comes out right away. Obviously, later on in this week and throughout the weekend as well, I'll go a little bit more in depth, find different topics, and try to dissect different things in Battlefield 2042. But for just right now, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my first initial experience when it comes to this game. Now, I went ahead and I stuffed about 5.5 hours of playtime in yesterday, and thank you to everybody who turned out to that live stream. Was absolutely popping. I think we got up to like 80 viewers at one point. It was insane. You guys showed tons of love, lots of new followers, lots of new subscriptions. You guys are absolute goats in this community. But if you guys do want to catch me live stream again, like I said, I'm going to be live streaming this Battlefield 2042 beta every single day. I'm going to be streaming it today. I'm going to be streaming it tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. As long as this beta is live, I'm going to be live streaming it. So guys, make sure you go down in the link to the description. It'll take you straight over to my Twitch channel, and make sure you hit the bell notification button as well over on there. I know it's not as important over on YouTube because you can just go to your homepage or your recommendation and still find my videos and stuff like that. But over on Twitch, it's very iffy when it tells you that I go live and you can catch a live stream. And again, much different from YouTube videos. YouTube videos you can see whenever you want, any time of the day. Live streams, when it ends, it ends. You can watch the VOD, but honestly, it's not really as good as just being there in the moment of a live stream. So make sure you guys hit the bell notification button, get notified for the live streams, and we'll probably be going on for 5-6 hours. And if you guys want to play with me, open lobbies, of course, as well. But I gotta say, after sinking in 5.5 hours into this game, I am not disappointed at all. With all honesty, I could have probably gone a lot longer. 8, 9, 10 hours if I wanted to. Again, if it wasn't for me having to make YouTube content and, dealing with real life issues and stuff like that, the whole world doesn't revolve around video games, sadly. But I could sink in endless amounts of time into this game. 5 hours and not a single bad experience. But this right here is one of the main ways that I rate a game, how I know I'm going to enjoy a game. Now, of course, down the road, there's going to be tons of bugs and glitches, including in this beta. It's glitched to hell. There's so many bugs in this title that it's ridiculous. But at the end of the day, it's a beta. It's understandable. But when I go ahead and I go into a game, the main factor that I look for is the gunplay, which, for example, like Call of Duty Vanguard. Again, not an outstanding game, needs tons of work, and I said it's very mediocre at best, but is it playable? Yes, I enjoy the gunplay in that title, so I'm able to play it. And then, obviously, afterwards, I can go on and start talking about the game, ranting about the game, coming up with topics about the game, so on and so forth. But when it comes to Battlefield, same exact scenario, except the game isn't mediocre. It's not as mediocre as Vanguard. It's phenomenal. Not only is the game new, interesting, and exciting, but at the same time, the gunplay is phenomenal. I understand when people say they want recoil patterns on their weapons, but every gun feels so good in your hands. And again, it adds variety. This whole time, I was able to use every weapon, every assault rifle, every SMG. The LMG is phenomenal. The sniper rifle is really good. The marksman rifle, it's good. It's definitely good, but I suck with marksman rifles, so I can't really give a good opinion about that. But does it still slap? Yes, it does. All the weapons are unique while still being able to be playable by everybody across the community. And I love this because it adds for variety. So when they go ahead and release this game and there's 30, 40 plus weapons across the whole board, you're not just going to be seeing one of those weapons being mained. Yes, there might be a meta weapon, but at the end of the day, all the weapons are fun. And on top of the outstanding gunplay, they introduced the Plus system, which, of course, we saw a little bit in World War III since they completely copied that system and put it in their game. But the Plus system works 10 times better in Battlefield 2042. It's smooth, it's fast, and you can get in and out of the system in a blink of an eye. Once you get the hang of it, of course. Obviously, when you first go in it, you're going to be looking at all the attachments and seeing what they do and what is what. So you're going to be slow a little bit and also having to learn the keys or whatever you had to hit on your controller to open it up, switch really quickly. And, it's a lot of practice, but I'm telling you, once you understand what you want right away and what scenario, you're going to move so fast and you'll be able to go in and out of different gunfights. And like I said, in a blink of an eye. And this adds for gameplay that we have not seen in any FPS title. Well, actually, this has already been in different FPS titles, but for, mainstream titles like Call of Duty, Battlefield, any game that's made by, the creators of Rainbow Six Siege or even games like CSGO, nobody's ever added a plus system into the game because it takes away from the whole custom class system. You see, the whole purpose of having custom classes is to set yourself into one mindset. You see a map that you're in, the enemies that you're versing, okay, I'm going to deck this class out for that specific gameplay and it's over. But in Battlefield, it's a little bit more different. You see, there's multiple scenarios across the whole match. These lobbies go on for 30 plus minutes and the gameplay changes constantly. Sometimes an SMG is good for a scenario. Then other times you have to use an LMG for a scenario. Then other times you have to use an assault rifle. And other games like COD, that's not the situation. You go into the match, it's an SMG map, you use an SMG. You know what I'm saying? But in Battlefield, you always have to wait until you die to, reset your class setup and stuff like that. But no longer is that a problem. Every situation that I catch myself in, I have the tools to be able to counter it. If it's a sniper nailing me across the map, I've done it multiple times. Slap on the ACOG, get into the engagement. I don't feel completely defenseless, like I have to sit behind a rock and pray to God he looks away so I can run out of the whole fight. No, I can engage if I want to. And then if I am shooting long range and someone's sneaking up in front of me, bam, quickly switch back to a red dot, spray that man down. The gameplay is phenomenal because of this exact system, and it adds for a more fast-paced environment. When you're forced into one class, if your class isn't for the situation that you're in, you're going to play like a wuss. I mean, that's just how it goes. I'm not trying to be mean or anything because it happens to me all the time. If I'm using an SMG and someone's sniping at me, I'm going to play like a wuss. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to move because I'm going to die. If I have an assault rifle and there's a bunch of shotgunners, holding down the building, I'm not going to run in there. I'm going to play like a wuss. I'm going to camp back. I'm going to wait for them to run out because I can't go in there and engage with them or I'm going to die. But you can change your ammunition type. You can choose your barrel or muzzle. You can change your scope. There's so many options to put you in an engagement and be ready to go right away. It's... oh my god, the gameplay is just, it's something else. And even more on top of the gameplay is the movement. They did the same thing that World War III did. They kind of copied the Call of Duty vibes. It feels almost identical to the Call of Duty movement system, but it feels more polished off. Unlike World War III, where it felt like a last-second decision, like, oh my god, hold on, everybody's changing their movement. We have to do this now. We have to stay up to date with trends now. We have to change it. Instead of being like that, it seems like Battlefield or EA DICE put a lot of time and effort behind it to make sure it felt unique, new, and it still felt like it fit in a Battlefield title. You see, in World War III, it doesn't feel like it fits. It feels forced. In Battlefield, it feels like it fits. You can tack sprint forever. I love that feature because, especially in a game like Battlefield where the maps are huge, being able to tack sprint endlessly, it's very nice. I know it's unrealistic as hell with all that equipment running around like that, but very, very, very nice to have that mechanic in the game. And on top of that, you can bunny hop in this title, you can slide cancel in this title, and all of this stuff, while at the same time you can still ADS and engage, which is pretty rare because you don't see that too often in past Battlefield games, especially more recent ones like Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1. Can you even jump and ADS at the same time in these titles? And if you can, it's a bunch of sway. You can barely even keep the red dot on target. But in this game, you can slide while shooting, you can jump while shooting, you can navigate the maps perfectly. It adds for a skill gap. Everything in this game adds for a skill gap. The weapons are equal across the field. Nothing is too overpowered. Nothing has a stupidly hard recoil pattern. They're all good. So if you run into someone who's equal skill level as you and they're using meta, you don't have to use meta. I can still use something else and be able to compete, along with being able to have a very complex movement system that adds a skill gap into the game, separating the worst players to the people who actually want to put in time to learning the game, and adding the plus system, allowing more skilled players who know how to use this system correctly to navigate in and out of certain situations in a blink of an eye, like a breeze. No problems at all. Once again, adding a skill gap into the game because people who are worse at the game won't use the plus system that often. So if they get up close and personal, they might still have their ACOG on while you switch to an iron side or red dot. You have the upper hand advantage. You'll probably win the gunfight. This game is everything I could possibly ask for a Battlefield title. It's goofy, it's fun, and the bugs might be conquering the game, but they're hilarious, along with the weather features like the tornado, absolutely fun to step into, and that doesn't always ruin the experience. First off, it doesn't happen every single game, and also, second off, the tornado sometimes doesn't even hit the map. It'll completely be on the outskirts. It doesn't interfere with the gameplay, and when it does interfere, it doesn't cause too much chaos that is completely annoying. It's the perfect mix. This game right here feels like a mix of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. With the gunplay polished off tremendously. No more random ghost bullets or just the strangest recoil patterns on these weapons. No, they are great. They feel fantastic. Your shots connect. It feels rewarding. Also with the movement system, almost like Battlefield 4, it seems like, with the bunny hopping system and all that stuff, but they added slide canceling into the mix as well. It's kind of smoothed out the bunny hopping from Battlefield 4, made it a little bit more convenient. With all honesty, I said the movement feels like COD, but seriously, it feels like Apex Legends. If you go play Apex Legends, it kind of feels identical with how you can slide jump, you can slide while reloading and looking around. It feels really identical, but it feels good. It feels like it's meant to be in this game. All these things together, it really seems to be a banger Battlefield title. Now, is it perfect right now? No, not at all. There are so many problems in this game. I can't even make a full list right now. I'm going to have to really get hard to work right now because there's going to be an insane list coming in the final, pros and cons video that I have put out, where I usually list out all the bugs that I found in this game to hopefully get them fixed by EA DICE. But overall, when it comes to the game itself, it is beyond playable. It's going to be a good year. Yes, it's going to be harsh as hell dealing with all the glitches throughout maybe the first couple of months, but at the end of the day, the guns feel good, the movement feels good, the map design is phenomenal. Hopefully, Hopefully the rest of the maps are really good, but still, we have Portal. We can play all the classic bangers. As long as the gunplay is good, I am so happy. I hope you guys get a chance to play this. Like I said, right now, closed beta. You have to go ahead and purchase the game. But on Friday and Saturday, it's going to be an open beta for everybody else who has not pre-ordered. So if you guys do still want to play this game, it's only 18 gigabytes, I think, for PC, and it's less for console. So it literally takes up no storage, no space, and I think it's going to be definitely worth your time. Again, do expect tons of bugs when you play it. It's really bad on console as well when it comes to bugs. But if you could push all that stuff aside and just, focus on playing the game, I think you're going to enjoy your time. But guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like button. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and a Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games I do over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.